What have you liked from your team so far?
I've liked the energy, just the resilience. We're down. We have a couple of kids that are hurt, and so our players are taking a lot of swings, and they're really showing a lot of determination and fight, even though they're tired. The penalties with the towel drills and stuff are taxing, but we told them that this is, pushing through, and we got to see what they have left in the tank, and they're really accepting the challenge, and so we're really pleased with that.
They're a pretty young team this year, right?
Very young team, yeah. We all have 4 seniors, and the rest are freshmen and sophomores, and so that's always a struggle because you can be talented when you're young, but you lose the leadership in your older kids, and so these young kids, especially our freshmen, they've come out here and they haven't acted like freshmen. I mean, they've walked out there and just taken a role and done really well with it.
Kirby came in last year and had a pretty good season for you guys. Can you talk just a little bit about what she brings and having her on the floor for you guys?
Yeah, Kirby is an undersized player that has a fight of a lion, and so she doesn't care how small she is. And our challenge to her was to be good through the spring and not have that jinx of a sophomore year. And she was phenomenal this past spring and worked hard this summer. And so she hasn't shown any sign of, a diva per se. She's come out here and worked harder because she knows that her spot is still up for grabs. And she just brings such a volleyball IQ that a lot of the other kids don't have. Her 6 rotation skills of passing and serving are just unbelievable, and that's what Kirby does well for us.
Did you expect coming into last year that she would make this level of an impact that she did?
I wasn't sure because of her size. Watching her playing club, it's funny because when you watch these kids playing club in high school, you really don't know how they're going to accept the challenge when they come into college. I had high expectations of her, but maybe not as much as what she did. And I think it's because she allows herself to she accepts that challenge every day in practice, and so she allows herself to be successful because the challenges, she has the challenges herself in her size, and so she, like I said, she's fought, she's done well, and I expected probably some other people to be a little more successful than she did. But she won that fight, and she just kept looking and forward and never looked back.
Do you see any change in her from last year to this year?
Maturity. She had days we called her the gamer. She hated practice. It's not that she didn't like it. She didn't understand that in college the difference in high school and college is you got to bring it every single day because you're playing. The competition is that much better, and it's such a high level, and so what she had to learn is to practice hard every day. And we teased her all spring about it, and she accepted that challenge, and so she's doing well.
What impact did it make when you guys didn't have her for the final match of the year in the conference tournament?
Huge. Huge. It was like our balloon just popped, and some of that is a lesson for kids and even as a coaching staff where you're only as good as your weakest player. And so throughout the year, if some of those other kids would have really pushed hard in practice, once they lost, their starting role or they didn't have a starting role, it's just a lesson learned because we needed one of those kids to step up and they couldn't, without her. But her importance was, she won Freshman of the Year, Newcomer of the Year because of her all-around play. Not necessarily just her hitting, which is what everybody thinks about in volleyball. She is one of our best passers, which means our first touch is very efficient, and unless you have that, you can't run your offense. And so that's what we lost was her passing ability, her ball handling ability, which was huge when it came down to the end. So yeah, that was a real disappointment because we overachieved. I think we were picked 5th last year or 6th in the preseason polls, and that just gave them that drive. And to get second was great. And I really believe that with her we would have made it to the championship game. I'm not sure if we could have beat Rice, but I would have loved to have gotten that opportunity to play them one more time.
Are you this early in camp? Are you starting to see the process take form?
Absolutely, yeah. But it's so competitive. Like I said, the young kids they're fighting for spots, whereas the returnee kids, we have 2 open spots right now, a middle position and then our libero. We graduated Shelby, and and we lost our other starting middle, and so that's the big challenge. But even those returning kids, the young kids, are challenging them for their spots.
How's the team taking to a new setter this year?
Good, really good. She's such a great athlete, and she made a commitment to come here in the summer, so she's been with them all summer. Most of our kids are here the second summer session as a team, but Courtney came here the whole summer. But yeah, so we have, we lost Shelby and Manny. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Coach, what about the overall direction of the program? You've been here several years. You've seen the program kind of grow. What you feel like the program's in a good spot?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, to be picked by your peers at 5th or 6th, and then and the reason they picked us is because last year was the first time in 5 years I hadn't had a foreign kid. And our foreign kids, everybody knows, they were our best players after Mackenzie Adams, of course. And so we didn't have that respect, and that just shows what we are doing as a coaching staff and our teaching abilities and getting the most out of our kids, because we didn't have those elite volleyball players with their size. And we just got it done with a bunch of, as we say, blue-collar workers. So yeah, so our program is we're up at the top, and we're going to stay there, and finish in the top 3 every single year, and that's our goal. That's our athletic director's goal. Of course, we want to win a conference championship, and that's our ultimate goal. But to finish the way we have all these years is very impressive for our program.
Coach, appreciate it.
All right.